met a man who lived his life out on the road, who left wife and kids in Portland.
Nothing else makes you feel like you feel whenever you are on stage. You're performing for an audience, and I think that, I don't know how, but at some point theater kind of became the way that I view the world.
I decided to come to Rockford University because it was close to home, but more importantly, it has a good ratio of faculty to students. It just felt like home. All the professors seemed to be really invested in all of their students, and I couldn't imagine myself anywhere else.
I think our family feel and how supportive we are for everyone sets us apart.
Your professors are really invested in your personal growth. Yes, you're in a class and everyone's taking the acting class, but they'll have one-on-one conversations with you. Professor Mogford will pull you aside and be like, I think you're really growing here, or I think you need to do this. And I think that's probably the biggest motivational factor of the small program, and you're not just a name on a piece of paper anywhere.
I get a lot of one-on-one time with my professors, and it genuinely does help grow as a performer and as a person.
I have friends who go to some bigger performing arts schools, and they're not even allowed to audition for things until their junior year. So I think that one of the greatest benefits of having this small community is that we can be in things from the very beginning and really get that experience.
All the freshmen, we can audition for any show and really be involved with all the shows, and to be able to get the audition experience and hands-on tech experience with the show, I feel like is something really beneficial.
Getting the opportunity to do a show in a supportive environment and not having the pressures of it has to make lots of money, it has to be polished and perfect. It's a learning environment, and we're here to support that.
My parents, when I was a student, they really liked the idea of Rockford being a community that is still close to Chicago, but is not in Chicago. We take the students in to see shows all the time, but you as a parent don't feel like your student is in the big bad city at all times. So Rockford is a very safe community, the campus is a very safe place, but we still have the major opportunities that being near a big city gives us.
Right after graduation, the day after graduation, I went to my first ever professional contract in Nebraska, where I got to do High School Musical. I got to play my first ever lead as a professional in Sister Act. Almost immediately after that, I was on the national tour for Legally Blonde, where I was in the ensemble, traveled across the country.
My time at RU prepared me for the professional world in multiple ways. Obviously, there's the singing, dancing, and acting, learning to do those three. But in the professional world, I've learned that there is a set expectation for you as an actor. In community and educational theater, there's not necessarily an expectation for what you are supposed to do. You're allowed the ability to grow and to mess up and make mistakes. But in the professional world, there's the expectation of what you should know, what you to do, and how to act. And that applies to before you're on the contract and then when you're on the contract. And those are all things that I've learned here and have been able to apply professionally.
We encourage our students to be entrepreneurs, first and foremost, because you as an artist are an entrepreneur. You're selling yourself as an actor, as a designer, in theater management, as a stage manager. You are an entrepreneur, and we want to teach your student that to succeed not only in theater, but even if they want to go to a different position or a different job, they can do that because they've learned the skills here that can transfer.
I'd really like for parents to know that, that if your student comes to Rockford University, if they're accepted into one of our competitive programs, that we are going to treat them with great respect. We are going to give them a lot of agency as they develop their craft and as they prepare for a career. I also want them to know that even though this is a BFA in theater, that we are educating the entire student. So we really want them to graduate from here not only with a strong understanding of the industry and how to nail auditions and how to create characters and make a difference artistically and theatrically in the world, but also how to survive and how to give back to their community. We are really educating the entire student.